Hey, Hickok 45, we don't get very political here at the compound. However, today we're fortunate enough to have the governor of Smith Wesson with us. Good shot, Governor. Oh, I'm gonna put one on that target right away. That might be the most shot up target yet. Boom. Oh man, a snake. Watch out, John, there's a snake. Oh. Wow, I think he's dead. He's still there, but he's dead. That 12 ounce. That should be it, yes. Oh yes, we have the governor. It is actually a firearm. I know that fooled a lot of you. You were waiting to see the governor of Smith Wesson, whatever the heck that is, right? It's actually a firearm. And you're probably already familiar with it, many of you. This is another one of those handgun shotguns, 410. Those were number 4s, is what I was shooting. And those are, we'll get those later. Those are fun to shoot. You know, whatever shot you have, we have a little bit of a variety here. If you haven't seen it, in our first video on this kind of firearm, the Judge, we go through extensive testing with all kinds of ammunition in 410 bore. Okay, so I'll link in the description to that. We're gonna do a little of that, but we have exhausted that. We did a lot of testing and experimentation and had a lot of fun with that. Well, today we're going to have fun with a different one, the Governor. As far as I know, these are primarily the two that are out. This is Smith Wesson, so you know it's made pretty well, don't you? They usually are. And it is you know, a firearm that will chamber the 410 shotgun shells. It will chamber 45 Colt or 45 ACP. Which the Judges don't, unless they've got a new one out I'm not aware of. But so this will chamber 3 different cartridges. So a little more versatile. And we'll talk about some of the differences and similarities. First of all, these kinds of things, as I tend to address whenever we're talking about them, as a reminder, they're really interesting, they're really cool, they're something that's, you know, fairly controversial. I know, as I said in an earlier video, because some people really think they're stupid and there's no place for them. Why would you need something that fires the puny little 410, you know, and in a handgun? Because the 410 is not all that powerful, even in a long barrel shotgun. So why do you want a handgun that fires one of these things and act like you got a shotgun? You know, so you know, you may be one of those, and you know, so be it. But now they do chamber other cartridges, like you've got a real bullet here cartridge. You got the 45 Colt, you know, chambers that, you know, just like all the Tarses do, the Judge. And then this one, in addition, as I said, it chambers the 45 ACP. So you need your moon clips, and you've got that capability. So you got to admit, they're pretty versatile, don't you? You know, it's pretty neat. So it's a handgun that fires a big bullet, you know, or a lot of shot, or just a few shot. You know, since these things came out, especially the Judge, and of course you got the Bond Arms, you've got a lot of things out there, firearms that fire 410 shells. There's several, some really cheap ones, there's other ones that, so the market for 410 bore ammo, shot shells, has blossomed. You have, you notice on these, for example, from Federal, and again, we appreciate Federal furnishing all this ammo. You know, it says personal defense, 410 handgun. You know, if you go back probably, what, 10 years, I don't know, 15, you wouldn't find 410 ammunition for sale that said handgun, you know, personal defense on it. And it's because of all these firearms driving that market, so that's pretty cool. So whatever you think about them, I'm not really sure what I think about them, other than the fact, it's kind of like the Bond Arms. They're just kind of cool. You know, it's interesting to have a gun that is, well, I started to say this small. It's not too small, but it's not all that heavy. You know, it's about 30 ounces, under 30 ounces, partly because it's got a scandium alloy frame, the Smith Wesson does, okay? I couldn't find a holster except for this one that fits it. It's an end frame. It sort of fits it, okay? So it's kind of interesting, a firearm that fires all those rounds, and you know, so to each his own. As I said before, granted, a 410 shot shell is not all that powerful, and maybe not all that lethal, most cases, but you know, at 3, 5, 6, 7 yards, whew, I don't want one coming at me, okay? And in terms of personal defense, as it says on the box, you're trying to stop somebody from doing you great bodily harm. It's the only reason you should be, pointing a firearm at somebody anyway, possibly even contemplating pulling the trigger. Someone's about to cause you death, great bodily harm. Your only intention is to stop that. Not killing is irrelevant. You're just trying to stop it. So, might do it. Don't know. That's up to you. Okay, enough on that. Just want to always like to touch on that because it is, there's 2 or 3 sides to that, and you need to think about that before you buy one of these things. If you think, oh yeah, man, why don't I know about these things? That's the most incredible personal defense weapon on the planet. I didn't even know about it. And you run out and pay $500, $600, $700, $800 for one of these, Well, maybe you do a little more study. You need to do a little more study and make sure that you think that is the ultimate personal defense firearm. Now, granted, the 45 ACP and the 45 Colt, you can't argue with that. But then, again, there are other firearms that chamber these that might be better than this particular gun. The advantage of this is it chambers all this stuff, okay? So, y'all are adults, most of you. You can make those decisions, right? Now, again, as I said, you want to kind of research it and see what you think about it. Look at our earlier video on what the rounds did and all that kind of thing. This one is not cheap. It's in the neighborhood of, what, $800? I'm not sure what they're selling for in the shops. Like the MSRP is like over $800. Again, it's a Smith Wesson and a scandium frame. You got a tritium front sight insert. So nothing cheap about this gun, and it doesn't feel cheap. There's nothing that feels cheap about it. So far, it's worked fine. We got this from the gun parlor in Massachusetts. You think I'm trying to avoid the name of the town, don't you? But the gun parlor gave this to us, and it's in, let me get ready, Worcester, Massachusetts. How's that? You people tell me now. Worcester. Okay, depends on where you're from, right? If you're from Tennessee, it could be pronounced quite differently, right? But anyway, we appreciate the gun parlor, sending this our way. Great gun shop. Hope you stop by there if you're in the neighborhood. I'm not normally in that neighborhood because I am in Tennessee, but some great people. So we're going to play with this a little bit, and then we're going to compare them a little bit. And one thing we're going to do, we might as well go ahead and do it. What the heck? I don't expect a lot of difference. The Taurus in terms of pattern and all that. So we're not going to get into all that stuff like we did in the other video. But I thought we'd do it just a little bit. Shoot both of them. Get both of them dirty. What the heck? Let's shoot triple aught. I believe in our other video this proved to be a pretty good looking round. This Federal Premium triple aught has 4 pellets. A little wicked looking, huh? Although that might not be, well, we'll shoot a few of these. Well, actually, we don't want to shoot too many. We're going to do it on the Visicolor target over there. Let's put about 3 in each firearm. The Governor holds 6, one of the differences, and the Taurus, the Judge, holds 5, as you can see. Okay, it's all steel, and this one has a scandium frame. So, and we're talking about Smith & Wesson, so the cylinder's going to turn counterclockwise. I believe the Taurus does the same, doesn't it? Yeah, same turn. All right, let's go over here. I got some yardage marked off here. And let's see, we've got the Governor and we've got the Judge. Smith & Wesson just had to one-up them, didn't they? Go up from the Judge to the Governor. Well, I'm going to make one of these myself one of these days. I'm going to call it the President. Since the Governor usually, I guess, outranks the Judge. Depends on whether it's a federal judge or not, right? I don't know. We'll put the Governor on the top target. How's that? All right, let's just see what happens here. Let's see, let me get it a specific distance. Here's 3 yards. That's awfully close. Let's just do it 6 yards. This is 6 right here. All right, the Governor at 6 yards with triple-aught Federal buck. I'm going to try to hold, I'm not sure exactly about point of aim, but I'm going to hold in the middle, see where it goes. Wow. I believe that would ruin somebody's day. Put that back in holster. Now let's try the Judge. Alright. Yeah, I don't know. not a lot of difference. This, I guess that's a wad there, we ignore that. We had a kind of a flyer up there, then we were a pellet or two, and I guess that's, yeah, that's mainly that shot. And that's probably a wad over there and up there. Okay, I don't know, those might have just, yeah, that might have been all of them. It's just 4 pellets. Actually went through almost, they touched each other. I think that's what that was, because you see the groups on these, they're really tight groups for throwing shots. Those probably just happen to be a kind of a lucky, really tight group. If that's luck, you might actually prefer they spread a little more. And then down here at the Judge, you've got kind of, yeah, nice group, you know, same. To me, it's kind of the same. That's a wad there it hit. Those 3 kind of the same ballpark, I guess. You know, good groups with those. So I don't see much difference there. And if you are carrying one of these, a lot of the times for self-defense, again, I don't advocate it, but a lot of people are doing it. If you look in gun shops, these things are selling like crazy. I guess they are. They're full of them, and all the different models. So I'm assuming somebody's buying them. And I know with Taurus, man, they must have 15 different models of those things. So somebody's buying these things. So you're probably going to be carrying some, if you are using this for self-defense, some good ammo, high quality ammo. And of course that's even controversial. What do you carry? Traditionally, just number 4 shots not all that bad. You know, it's better than bird shot, and it's you know, it's a little bit bigger, carries a little more impact, and I got some bird shot there too from federal. The state is part of federal as well. So before we shoot them again though, I want to verify that probably going to get about the same spread and all that, because basically the same gun. This has about a 3-inch barrel. This has, I think, a 2 3/4. It's similar. Similarities and differences, and we just felt like we couldn't just do a Governor, you know, kind of review or video without kind of comparing it, because there's only a couple of these things on the planet I'm aware of, the Judge and the Governor, that are really out there and popular. And so everybody wants to see, you know, the differences and which one maybe they should consider, you know. Not that I know necessarily. Price is a lot different, okay? You're talking probably hundreds of dollars difference between these 2 firearms. So what is it about a Smith that makes it more expensive? Well, it's a Smith, scandium frame, the tritium, as I talked about. Generally, you have a little bit better workmanship in a Smith & Wesson. I'll go out on a limb and say that. It's been my experience when you're comparing Taurus and Smith & Wesson, okay? And, you know, some things just cost more. Of course, that frame and then the tritium insert, better, you know, the lockup and everything just feels, you know, like real quality. And you have your cylinder release and latch and everything just feels more solid. This one kind of butts up right against that. It works, and it holds 5 rounds. That's one difference instead of 6. But again, that might be an advantage for you if you want a thinner firearm, because it's a little bit thinner because it just holds 5. I like the sight, front sight on that. Now the tritium is always nice, of course, but the fiber optic is always there. Boy, it really jumps out at you. The grips on the Judge actually feel a little better to me. I don't know, these might be better. Smith & Wesson, I think Hogue probably makes it. I don't know who makes them for Smith & Wesson. They're not as soft. In fact, they're almost hard, but I mean, they feel good. But one thing I've always liked about the Judge is that grip. If you've never felt one of these, it's quite different from anything else. It really is soft, and you get an incredible grip on it. So that's kind of nice from a hard kicking handgun, you know, semi-hard kicking. Okay, so that's a couple of differences. The workmanship generally that you get in a Smith, the hand fitting and the finish work versus Taurus, I think most of us know, they're more likely not to hang up, they're more likely to work. But by the same token, for a fair amount less money, you know, you get one of these babies that work, and this one seems okay. You know, how much are you going to shoot it? You know, as long as you know it's going to operate and you're going to get those 5 rounds out of it, you know, so it might be good enough. Okay, double action. They both have a pretty good double action, and single action. Nothing wrong with that at all, either firearm. The Smith just feels like quality, so it's a good gun. And for a scandium frame, you know, you'd think the kick, I was a little reluctant when I came out and shot it the first time, so I think it doesn't weigh that much. Scandium frame, 410s and 45 Colts, didn't hurt. One thing I wanted to show you too here is with this gun, one of the well, I say big, an advantage is it takes the 45 ACP. I don't know if you're familiar with moon clips. I used to do revolver competition along with my, all the other. It was a different class, and I'd take along. I had a 625 Smith & Wesson I shot for a couple of years, and that was just fun. I didn't care how good I got necessarily. Did pretty well with it, but it was just fun. And these moon clips are really popular because if you're not familiar with how they work, some of you I'm sure are not. A lot of you are new shooters and you're new to shooting. But when someone says a moon clip or half a moon clip, and with the gun you get a couple of these, you get a couple of quarter moons, you get a couple to hold 2 rounds, so you could put 2 of these in, and then 2 of these and a couple of 410s, whatever you want to do. But you can't shoot a 45 ACP. This might also be a lesson to some of you real newbies. Oh, look at that, we lost it. Where'd it go? See, so a 45 ACP has no rim like a 45 Colt, see, to hold it. So it has to have a rim, and that's what you do with these, the moon clips. You just pop them in there. And it's kind of tight, but they go on okay. Got to be careful with these moon clips. I used to go through a lot of these when I was doing this every weekend almost, and not every weekend, once a month at least, and competing with it at least. And I'd bend them a little bit, and then they just wouldn't work. I'd always test them, put them in the gun, and then rotate the cylinder, all the way around, make sure it wasn't warped and all that. So what you do is, and they make all kinds of belt holders and that kind of thing. For now, I can just stick it on here or something. So what you do is, think about it. This is a pretty cool speed loader. You're familiar with the speed loaders that you put cartridges in and you turn it and then you throw the speed loader down or let it fall, speed loader, and and you're ready to go again. Well, with these, the beauty of it is you can shoot. Well, let me just do it. I'll do it slow-mo. How's that? Make sure it shoots 45 Colt. Let's put some more on that target. I don't know where to hold with it. Double action. So when you're finished, you open the cylinder, boom, knock it out. You grab your other one. I always do it with my right hand. You drop it in. Now this one's not as smooth to load, I noticed, so it really is slow motion. You drop that in and you're back in the game. Pretty cool. You pop it out. Yeah. So you can see how that's a pretty fast load. You don't have anything extra to fool with. Just it's on the brass. So that's pretty neat. I mean, there are other guns you could do that with that have a smaller cylinder, because you don't need a cylinder that long to load, those rounds. The one I had was a 625, and the cylinder was like half of that long. So you don't need this big a gun, but you do have that capability. That's pretty cool. While we're doing that, let's shoot some of these big boys. 45 Colt, 1873. This cartridge came about. Man, I don't think these are that old. This Federal box, not 1873. Just got them. All right, 45 Colt. Let's see if it'll shoot. We haven't hit the gong with this thing yet, have we? Let's see if I can tell where they're going. Tell low or high. All right, it's going high. Need to hold on the bottom of it. Yeah, went right on that one. Nice. Nice. Let's try a ram. Go under it. Oh, come on, baby, fall. Try him again. Let's try the other one. Oh, boy, what a flinch. No wonder I'm missing. Okay. Boom. I'll get those later. The nice thing about a double action Smith is, boom, ready to go. If you can load it fast, you're ready to go back into action. So there you go, versatility wise. You got all 3 of these cartridges and things you can shoot in the thing. If nothing else, it's a fun gun, right? And one of the things people think about these for defense is, like versus carjackers and that kind of thing, you know. So you're talking about close range, and again, I'm not advocating it, but I know that's one of the things people think about, because it is a close range firearm. Let's shoot a little bird shot. What the heck? We got some. Oh yeah, we got some things here that need to be shot. Put it that way. I brought this brush out in case shooting all these different length cases and shotgun and 45 ACP, 45 Colt. If we get dirty in the cylinder, have a little trouble getting something in here, I can just run a brush through there maybe. Okay, now this is birdshot, 7.5, I think, which is not going to have a whole lot of effect on stuff, I don't think. Oh, there's a snake in that pot. Wow, let's get him again. Yeah. Well, that's what birdshot will do to a 2-liter. Ah, nice. 2 more 2-liters. Look at it. It's like somebody turned the sprinkler on. Cool. Cool. Oh man, it's pretty neat to be able to shoot just anything in this thing. I'm gonna put some number 4s in. That's triple lot. And I think these are number 4, yeah. That's some in my pocket too. See, you can't hate a firearm like this that allows you to have fun with so many different cartridges. Well, this thing just barely get that, man, it's getting dirty, I guess. I think I brought the brush out. I'm gonna have to push these in a little harder. There we go. Got these little drums down here. Shoot. All right. Don't worry, I'm not going to forget you, buddy. Oh, is that pan? Oh, there's one that hadn't been shot. So that's number 4. Here's one that hadn't been shot much. There's one that hadn't been shot. It's not going to get shot out of that cylinder. Okay. So you can see on that one right there, number 4s, they're bigger than birdshot. They give you a little bit of substance. I know back in the day, people would sometimes, before there were so many choices for personal defense, people would carry 4s, and some would. I think number 4 is a popular, at least it used to be, shot size for turkey hunting. And then self-defense shotguns, some people would carry some 4s. Big enough to cause some damage, you know, but not too big. All right, let's try that one there again. Yeah, let's try that paper target. Oh man, that's gonna be the most shot up target. I may have to sign it again. You know, the thing is working. And that's the nice thing about a Smith & Wesson. You might get one dirty and, you know, have to brush it out or something. But they just, the fit and the finish, even though they're tightly fit, they tend to work. I guess we haven't shot, I'm sorry, I know y'all in a hurry. We'll just shoot a few more. Here's some let's shoot some with a triple-aught buck. Again, we appreciate Federal being generous with their ammo. We got several cases of this. So I may be out here all night after you all leave. I'll just let John take the camera away and I'll just keep shooting. How's that? I know y'all gotta get home, and so does John. All right, what's not, oh, I see what's not been shot. Mr. Watermelon. All right, Mr. Melon. Dodge City is not big enough for both of us. One of us has to go. Guess who it's gonna be? I'll even draw in slow motion. I'll give you a chance. Yeah, you know what? I don't like that 2-liter having that much in it down here. I'm gonna run down here and get him up close. Tactical shot. I thought he was going to try to pee on me. Little smart aleck. Okay, I don't know if we told you everything you want to know about this. probably too much, more than you wanted to know, more than you needed to know. So we want to do a little comparison with the Taurus and also just shoot the thing. I have been wanting one of these for years, really. And we don't get T&E guns from Smith Wesson, so it's just finally one showed up thanks to the gun parlor in Worcester. Is that close, guys? Okay. Massachusetts. But it's yeah, you don't get me Smith & Wessons that are not made well. It's just their quality control is still really a lot of there are some gun companies you wonder about the quality control now in later years after all the buyouts, and some companies owned by different people and all that sort of thing. But generally speaking, you can count on good quality with Smith & Wesson, even though these things are not cheap. They're not. So again, unless you're pretty sure you want one of these, you might want to think about the Taurus. Again, I'm not selling either one of them. I bought the Taurus several years ago and have kind of wanted one of these, but not badly enough to pay for it. But I'm glad to have one at the compound, because to me this is probably the premier of this sort of firearm. So if you think you would really enjoy one, and you have an eye for quality and you can tell the difference, and you can feel the difference, you want one is going to work, you probably should consider the Smith, I guess, even though it's a little pricey. Pretty neat gun. Can't think of anything about it that I failed to mention that you might want to know. Just be aware of what you're getting, and the limitations of these things. As you can see, they are a lot of fun. I feel like I have a shotgun just to blast around with when I have these things in a few boxes of 410. So no, I don't have to tell you that life is really good.